Setting up a recurring transaction lets us automate our work in QuickBooks. Let's suppose that we have a rent payment that is due on the first of every month, and we don't want to have to create it every month from scratch. We can create it once and make it recurring, and QuickBooks will do the rest of the work for us. Let's take a look at how this works. We're going to go to the expense transaction under the New menu, and we're going to create a transaction like we normally would. We're going to enter our payee. We're going to enter our payment account. In this case, it's going to be a direct debit. So we're going to enter our first payment date. And then we'll choose the payment method. In this case, it's going to be direct debit. Then we enter our category. After entering the category, you can put in a description, and this will serve as a description for each month going forward. Then we enter our amount before tax, and then we enter our sales tax as needed. That's all we have to do to enter the first step of creating a recurring transaction. After creating the expense, at the bottom of the window we see the title Make Recurring. Click that, and QuickBooks will then expand the top of the window to provide you with a template. Now we can enter the template name. This is going to be the name of our recurring transaction. It defaults to the supplier name, but I'll enter monthly rent payment. I'm going to enter type as schedule. This means it's going to automatically enter in QuickBooks for me. The payee and the count will stay the same, and then it asks us for our interval or the frequency of the transaction. We'll say monthly on the first day of every month, and we're going to have the start date be next month. And then the end date will be left as none, as we do not have an end date to our lease. If we did, we could enter it there, and QuickBooks will stop making that entry as of that date. Then we'll see the payment method is direct debit, and the remainder of the transaction remains the same. After entering the template information at the top and verifying that the category and other details at the bottom are correct, we can click Save Template. And QuickBooks now records this as a recurring transaction, and it will automatically enter in the future for us. To review your recurring transactions, go to the gear icon, and then under Lists, select Recurring Transactions. Here we see a list of all of the recurring entries in QuickBooks. If we'd like to review one, we can go and select one and then click Edit, and we can make any changes as needed. It's a great idea to use recurring transactions when you have regularly scheduled transactions that happen all the time in your QuickBooks company.